Hello and welcome to Half Hour Power Hour. Today is Thursday, September 16th already. We are just now beginning the fall season and we are on episode 3 of our Half Hour Power Hour fall season. So thank you everybody for joining. I so appreciate your support. We actually today, and I wasn't able to share for some reason, which is a huge disappointment when I was trying this out. So just so you know, today's half hour power hour is about professional photos and staging and the importance of it. And I had some great photos for you, some before and afters, and some funny things not to show. But it's unfortunate that I had technical difficulties and there's no way I can share the screen. But that's okay. So let's just kind of step back, and I just want to welcome you to Half Hour Power Hour. And please stay on because I do want to tell you a little bit also about a coming soon amazing listing in Rockland with a pool. So don't leave too early. So what we're gonna do is okay. So this is about, well, first of all, thank you so much for joining. And for those of you who are just coming on to Half Hour Power Hour, this has actually been kind of a show that I've been doing for about a year and a half now, since April of 2020. And it's just evolved into this weekly broadcast for live for a half hour. And it's to bring you the real estate news, anything that's going on in our investment world, real estate world, personal growth, personal health plan, anything that can pertain to having a better life for you. So if you know, and it also talks, and I've also done local restaurants and actually I'm hoping to do, and I got to talk to Jeff Great House of Platinum because their 2-year anniversary is coming up soon here in Roseville. So there are different restaurants that I do actually promote. They've done an amazing job for this last year and a half. And so, of course, we also always want to give back to our local businesses. So if you have just joined us, thank you so much for joining. If you do know of anybody that you would like to see on Half Hour Power Hour, please let me know. My number is 916-765-5488. Would love to talk to you about it. So today's, I would love to get your experience or anything that you would like to share about staging and open houses. And it is so important for, if you guys are going to list your home, please, you're hiring the professional. If you're hiring a realtor, just listen to your realtor. They know what they're doing. I want to ask you this. So before you go to list your home, there's a lot of things that you're going to do in the pre-listing, and we've talked about that in the past. But right now, it's going to be about photos and staging. How many times have you actually, ask yourself this as you're thinking about when you're putting your home on the market? How many times have you actually gone out to a model home and you can't wait to see the model home? You walk in and it's vacant. There's nothing there. There's no furniture. There's no cute little wine bottle set up with some wine glasses, nothing. No, you guys, that's not how model home builders work. No, you walk into a model home and you're like, oh my gosh, I want this home for me. It's perfect. It has everything. So that's what me as your realtor, or if you have a realtor, what I am going to suggest to you, whether your house is 50 years old, 30 years old, 10 years old, or even 5 years old. So are there specific things, and staging is super important. And what do I mean by staging? Well, let me tell you this. Staging is 2 parts. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to go and hire a stager and they're going to take all your furniture out. We're going to put all their furniture in. No. There's specific rooms and we go room by room. And what we do, let's just say you have a 30-year-old new house, okay? Because Rockland, Roseville, and Lincoln, even Granite Bay, are really 30-year new communities. And what I mean by that, and this is just a side note, is yes, they've been around forever, but that's really the growth. Even Lincoln, Rockland, Roseville, Lincoln, Granite Bay, That is when this part of Placer County really started to grow. So there's a lot of homes out here, absolutely beautiful homes that are 30 years old. And back in the day, oak cabinets was a wow factor, and tile counters that were shiny were a wow factor, and brass was a wow factor. Well, guess what? It's not anymore. And so I know a lot of people will go, but our brass is in great condition. And I know, but look at the model home that we're competing against, and let's see what can we do to keep money in your pocket, get a lot of equity in your home, not spend a lot, and bring youth back to your home. So remember, a lot of people out there that have a 30-year-old home also have 30-year-old furniture. And you guys, if you look at Wayfair, if you look at Restoration Hardware, Pottery Barn, when you went to that Roseville store and got your oak roll-up desk, do you guys remember those huge oak roll-up desks? We couldn't wait to have one of those. Yeah, no, that's not in style. See these nice little white desks? That's what's in style. Yeah. And you see this gold stuff? Yeah, that's what's in style. So I don't want to disappoint you, but you know what? These are things that we can do. And I'm sure when you're going to your next house, you're not going to be bringing this with you. You think you are, but trust me, when you get to that next house, this stuff isn't going to look right in your next house. So just sell it, get rid of it, and then that's when we actually get a professional stager in. And I was so really hoping that I was able to show you the difference in staging. And once I get this technical difficulty fixed, which maybe even before next week, then I may even redo this, because it's kind of funny about the pictures that you should not have on MLS, and then things to do about painting, etc. So for staging, yes, make sure that it's so much better to come into a home that is not vacant, that actually has furniture. So you might say, well, you know what though? I'm good. I don't really need to see the furniture. It's all good. I'll just get rid of my stuff. Or you are an investor and you rented it out, so the occupants have moved and now the house is vacant. You're like, yeah, it's good. I can see through it. Well, you know what? I'm not selling the house to you because you already own the house. We are selling the house to somebody else who doesn't own the house yet. And so that's what is so important. I can't tell you, and I so respect my clients when they're like, but I love this here. And yes, I think we should have the knife set out. And yes, I think we should have the towels all hanging. You guys, you're not buying your house. Again, you own your house. And for somebody who actually, even you guys, like 10 years ago, let's just take 10 years ago, the buyers at that time. We are in a whole new generation of buyers. So not only and so that's why it's so important that we create an environment of your home that actually is going to market to that buyer of your home. So for example, a family of 5, I'm not, if I have a condo on the market, I am not going to market to a family of 5. I'm going to market to maybe an empty nester, or somebody, a young person who wants to, or somebody who wants to buy their first investment property. So just please, just respectfully, we know who the buyers are out there. And I will tell you, I think most of you all know about the millennial generation, right? Well, 10 years ago, the millennials, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, they were not buying homes. They were pretty much still on the soccer field or eating their orange slices from baseball. So if you're like, well, no, this is perfect. This is what I want. This is how I want to sell my house. This is how I want it to look. And it's like, well, that's for the generation that you remember. We have a whole different group of people. So we have millennials, we have investors, we have people who are upsizing, and then we have the downsizing people. And so just remember what I said, 30 plus years, the 30 years is our area. So many of us, yes, me included, Kyle's 27. Yeah, I don't know what happened, how that went so quick. But anyway, we are empty nesters. All right. So we are either selling our home and moving out of state. That seems to be quite the norm these days. And if you do need somebody out of state, let me know, because I definitely have a lot of contacts right now for a lot of my clients leaving over to Idaho, Texas, Tennessee, Nevada, you name it. So reach out to me if you're thinking of moving out of state. So you're either moving out of your large house and maybe downsizing to something smaller. So your large house, there's some staging we might have to do, and then there's some staging that I can even bring in with accessories, because the whole thing is you spend minimal money and you just bring youth back into your home. And remember, if that your paint has been there for a very long time, the goal is to make your house light and bright and gets the sunshine in. And if you're one that says, but I like it dark, and you know, a lot of people do, but a lot of people mostly want to walk in, great curb appeal, they open up the door and they just feel and see the sunshine and the light. So if you have dark walls, how many of you can actually go through your house right now and you have maybe maroon color walls, dark walls, maybe a dark brown, or maybe one wall is like a burgundy, or one, like, remember the Tuscany style homes? We had a wall that was burgundy. Or does your house still have faux painting? Do you remember that back in the day when people had faux painting? Yeah, that doesn't exist anymore. So my suggestion is, and you might go, like that to me, but what you do is you have a painter come in and you paint everything alabaster white. That's the big thing right now, and it's in Sherwin-Williams. And because, yes, you'll be like, well, somebody else, why should I paint my walls? They can look past it. They're going to put their own colors in. Listen, when you walk into a model home, everybody wants that model home, and it's usually one color throughout the house. So always remember that. I'm always going to refer back to the model home. And if you are going to list your home and you haven't been to a model home lately, go take a look. I promise. Look at what the model homes are doing. That's what our competition is. That's what we need to look like. So if you have any of those old Tuscany looking fans, or the brass fans, or the brass light fixtures, go through the rooms, count how many you have, and get over to Home Depot, Lowe's, or Wayfair, because you can order this stuff online and you get that done. And you will be so surprised when you minimize every room, because remember, we're going to declutter every single room. You're going to have about three items of furniture and a lamp and a nice fan and a really nice comforter. Yep, you guys, that's it. You are decluttering. And that will bring so much youth, because you also want to show the size of the room and the youth, because the last thing you want is somebody to come in, pay top dollar, and go, oh my gosh, look at all the stuff I have to do to this house. It still has the brass sink fixtures. Oh my, look at the tile around the jacuzzi tub. How am I going to change that out? No, you want them to come in and appreciate all the other things that you've done, and not necessarily go, oh, look at the brass all over, the brass hinges, the brass doors. So I'm just talking to you from experience. All right, so let's talk about photos. So if any of you have any staging questions or comments, please feel free. And I do appreciate you coming on. I know this is a lot, because I don't have the pictures of the before and after, and I really had some funny pictures to share to you. And one of those would be, how many of you have ever, and I'm going to actually give you an example of something too, about somebody looking at Zillow, and I think this is what got them the house, because the pictures weren't on it. So we're going to talk about that in a second. How many of you have flipped through homes? This is like one of my biggest pet peeves. And I'm like, who are you hiring to sell your home? I'm looking through MLS, and you see the realtor with their cell phone. This is not a professional camera. Yeah, it's expensive, $1,000. I want a professional photographer who has like a $5,000 or $6,000 camera and a wide angle. How many times have you seen somebody, a realtor in the bathroom, and you can see them through the mirror and they're taking a shot of the bathroom? Okay, you guys, before you hire a realtor, make sure you go and look at their past listings to see what kind of photos they are. Because you know what? You want the money shot. So, what do I mean by that? You want that amazing photo of the money shot. And that's the one that's going to capture them like that. And one of the pictures that I had that I want to show you today, their money shot, their first photo is the laundry room. How is it that you can sell one of your biggest investment properties, the most biggest investment that you may ever have, and you got the realtor in the bathroom trying to take a picture of the toilet and you see him, and the first photo is the laundry room? Think about that. That makes no sense to me. So, what is the money shot? The bathroom with the realtor or the laundry room? Or what about the 6 cats that are all on their cat condos? People, this is your biggest investment. You want to get the most money. Hire a great realtor who's going to do that for you. I'll do that for you, I promise. So the other thing is, a really good friend of mine, and this is a great story, and she might be even on this right now. They were selling their house in Whitney Oaks, and we actually sold that one off market. And so we do a lot of off market listings. So you guys, if you feel like you're missing out, get with a realtor that knows the area, and we all talk to each other, and we will share off market listings. And I sold my client, they owned a house in Whitney Oaks and a beautiful home, and we sold it off market. That's beside the point. So what I'm trying to get here, and it has a lot to do with photos, is she went to purchase she saw this home on Zillow, because remember, you guys, people are looking 24/7. I'm not up 24/7. So she saw something when she was awake, and Granite Bay, pool, bedrooms, and she sees that and she looks. There are no pictures of this house on Zillow. How many times has that happened to you too? You go to look and there's no pictures. That's what's also important, is the connection with MLS. You guys, Zillow is not necessarily the best tool. It's a good tool, because MLS, our multiple listing service, that goes directly to the end user where they can see the photos. So many people may have actually passed through this, because how many times have you gone on Zillow, you look, the picture isn't there, and you move on? So that really, I think, was what happened, because it just kind of minimized the marketing for that. So we got into that house right away. Amazing story. And there was competition. There ended up being competition, but my client did get the house, and they have happily now lived there for a few months. And so I just want to let you know, as the end user, maybe inquire a little bit more if the picture isn't there on Zillow. As the seller of the home, make sure your pictures also get up there. And please know that Zillow is not our realtor Bible. There's sometimes Zillow will pull and have errors, and together as a team, between the owner, you, and between us as a realtor, we will go in and do what we can to fix Zillow, because you can, and you just own it as an owner. So that's kind of a side note. So if you're on Zillow, and it's your house, like I love going on Zillow and looking at my house, and I'll update my features. I have that control because I tag myself as the owner of my home. So just so you know that, you guys can upload pictures of your house too. That's not a big deal. And so if you want information, just let me know and I can show you how to do that. Also, if you do want a market analysis, because today's homes are super crazy in value and have appreciated, let me know that too. I would be more than happy to tell you that. So in summary, what we were talking about today is the importance of staging and the importance of having great pictures and really having that first money shot. And I had a great photo that I was going to show to you for that great money shot. Then there was also another question, and we're going to do this segment again. Is I was going to show you a couple of pictures that I wanted your opinion to say if we should have this in MLS as a photo of the home or eliminate it. And I'm not going to share that with you now because I really would love for you to join me when I do this segment again so I can show you before and after pictures. Today, and I want to talk to you about, so we talked about staging, we talked about the importance of pictures, we talked about bringing youth back into the home, talked about painting the house and then staging it. I just got back earlier today from a home, and I'm going to tell you about it. It's coming soon. It's off market right now, so if you have anybody, let them know. We just had this house staged. My clients have lived there. They have taken such great care of this home, and it's in Sunset Heights, and it's a 30-year-old home, and they were doing everything they can to get it ready for you to find up for you as a buyer. And guess what we did today? Yeah, they got rid of all their old furniture, and my stager came in and professionally staged it. And I walked into the house and I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks so good. So this house, just so you know, is in Sunset Heights. And Sunset Heights, if you guys are listening, this is how much values have gone up in Rockland and the surrounding area. So again, if you want me to do a free market analysis, I will. A house just sold on Thunder Ridge Circle for $1 million. I actually sold that house back in the day, and gosh, in the early 200s or mid, like 205, 206, something like that, for over 400,000. It just sold for $1 million. So people, it's not too late. List your house. It's coming toward the end of the year. People are still looking to buy, and you still are getting multiple offers. So anyway, let me tell you about my coming soon. So it's here in Sunset Heights where there's no HOA. And guess what? There is no Melrose. This house is over 2,800 square feet. It has 3 bedrooms upstairs, a 4th bedroom, and a full bathroom downstairs, and 3-car garage on a cul-de-sac. Amazing, with a pool. Yes, and it has a pool, and it's so private. So, do you guys want to know the price? Do you want to know what date it's going to come on the market? Well, it's going to come on the market next week. And guess what? If you want to know the price, call or text me at 916-765-5488, and I will let you know about my coming soon listing. And so please, you guys, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will help you get your house ready to sell to maximize as much equity as you're out of your home, because it is a seller's market. And if you are thinking, oh my gosh, I'm a buyer, how can I do this? How do I sell my home to buy a home? Or I'm a first-time home buyer, I'm spending over $2,000 a month in mortgage. Contact me, contact Rusty Mendoza. He is my lender with first, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is it, Michelle? Sorry, I just put Michelle on the spot. Finance of America. I wanted to say First America. Finance of America. So anyway, Rusty Mendoza with Finance of America. And Michelle, if you wouldn't mind, I know we still have a couple of minutes left. If you wouldn't mind putting Rusty's information there, because get with Rusty, whether you can afford to buy it now or in the future, he is going to help and guide you and put a plan together for you. So yes, you're seeing prices go up for a seller. Yes, that's good because people are buying. And a buyer, get in now before it's too late. I cannot reiterate that to you. If you want to buy, you buy. If you're not ready to buy, that's okay. Put a plan together. Let's get that done. So thank you so much for joining Half Hour Power Hour today. And actually, we're going to be changing the name of Half Hour Power Hour. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to text them over to me, 916-765-5488. I would so appreciate you doing that. And I will see you next week and Thursday. We're either going to redo this again, or in 2 weeks I'm going to do it. And otherwise, we're going to be talking about Rockland. What are all the hot spots? What are the hidden treasures of Rockland? Do you know that there's a hidden treasure neighborhood of Rockland too? We call that Clover Valley. There's a lot of people that live in Rockland who've never even heard of Clover Valley. So do your homework, take a look at Clover Valley. It's definitely a really good secret. And then where is the Whitney Cemetery grave area. Do you know where that is? And why? Where did the Whitney Ranch name come from? Anyway, just a little couple of tidbits regarding Rockland. So I will see you next week on Half Hour Power Hour. Thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate your support. And think about today as you're facing the day. First of all, I'm always preaching kindness, kindness to others, which is super important. But you know what? Give yourself grace, yourself kindness, yourself forgiveness, because you are a very special person and you deserve that. And the more you give yourself grace and kindness, then that will explode to other people, that you can also show kindness to others. And as you're having conversations today, sometimes challenging, no matter who you're with, remember, in your conversation, are you trying to prove a point, or are you trying to make it better and make a difference? So ask yourself, in that conversation, am I proving a point or am I making a difference? And you can make a difference. And I hope that I'm making a difference in your life. Thank you so much for joining Half Hour Power Hour. Have a blessed day. And Michelle, thank you. You're the best. Love you. She's my sister. She's the best. I can't wait to see her next month. Okay. Bye-bye.